Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. Today is Thursday, so we got a Dear John letter coming up here in a little bit. It is, what is today? Oh, hey, it's the 9th day of June, National Donald Duck Day today. National Earl Day today, and National Strawberry Rhubarb Pie Day today. I like that stuff. It's good. And like I mentioned, it is also a Thursday, which means we have a Dear John letter to get to. Our Dear John letter is from a very sad former neighbor. Found out his neighbor passed away, but he had moved away. He didn't know anything about it until almost a year later. So if you'd like to chime in and maybe give some advice on what this person should do, you can do that on our page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. And if you got a Dear John letter you'd like to submit, you can do that there as well. Or if you don't do Facebook, you can submit your Dear John letter right through our website as well at johnandheidishow.com.
What can I say that I haven't already said about bettercreditcards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At bettercreditcards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Bunch of random little things here. Like this. The hours after sunset might be the toughest for you to stay slim. New research says
agree with that
that's when
completely.
people are most likely to overeat in the evening, especially if you're feeling stressed out.
So now really, did they need a study for that?
Probably. And secretly, thinking that you're better than somebody else is good for your mental health. That is according to a study.
Okay.
Another one here says people who stay busy, even with a pointless task, tend to be happier than those who are not busy. Another one, we tend to change our hair every 14 months, our car every 7 years, and our relationship every 8 years. We are way overdue. Just kidding. And our final thing, adults like to stick with what they know. They don't really move, maybe once a decade or so. The study also found
That's not the case
people
for us.
think the best time to implement a change is in January, although April is a good time to do like spring cleaning and a popular time for a shift in pattern for 13% of the people. So there you go. A lot of random little things that I had. Several studies that have been hanging on for a bit. That is surveys and studies and such. Brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by radiotravelgroup.com. Heidi, did you know if you're ordering out, you might want to just pick the food up yourself? A new survey found 8 in 10 food delivery workers admit to eating part of their customer's order.
What?
That's just the ones who admit it, by the way. 8 out of 10.
Yikes.
According to the new poll, more than 500 delivery drivers were involved in this poll, commissioned by Circuit Route Planner or Circuit Route Planner, depending on where you're at. Other actions, some drivers admit to intentionally damaging packages, 23% of the time. 23% of the surveyed people. Stealing packages, 17% said that. And then opening and resealing the packages, 17%.
Oh, wow.
So they're saying,
well,
yeah.
that's why now they put those stickers on everything so you can tell if it's been
that's
with.
my diet's going to get a whole lot easier now.
Yikes.
All right, we don't know everything, but now we know this. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. LeVar Burton says he didn't get the Jeopardy hosting gig because, quote, the fix was in, end quote. There were a bunch of fan campaigns to have the Star Trek Next Generation and Reading Rainbow Star take over full time. And for whatever reason, he didn't get the gig. He said he's happy with the way things worked out and it's all just fine. Anyway, he's, I think, a little sad that he didn't get the gig,
rigged?
too. Yeah, I don't know. He said the
Okay.
fix was in. I don't know what that means. Star Wars fans were given a treat last Wednesday when Disney Plus dropped the newest episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi with Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, Queen Elizabeth II. made a
Yeah, we've
surprise
been hearing
appearance
a little bit about
in
her
a comedy
lately.
sketch with Paddington Bear during the star-studded Platinum
cute.
Jubilee concert at Buckingham Palace. I think it's amazing how much stuff was going on there. I need to throw a birthday party like
We
that.
need a jubilee.
Oh, it's her 70-year reign. It's not even her birthday. Anyway, it was her jubilee. I'm no longer celebrating birthdays. I'll be celebrating jubilees from now on. All right, that is Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by channelsurfertv.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. Thrifty tricks to make stuff last longer. According to this, sneakers. Apply non-gel toothpaste and an old toothbrush to make your white-soled sneakers look new again. They say leave it on for about 10 minutes and then wipe it down with a damp towel.
Well,
Nice.
That's interesting.
Clothing. Wash your clothing inside out. The exterior of the fabric takes all the abuse, usually, but if you flip it inside out, then it doesn't. So they say it makes your clothes look newer, longer.
Okay.
Glasses. If a screw keeps coming loose, remove it. Apply a thin coat of nail polish. And then when you put the screw back in, it's a little bit thicker, and it stays that way. That's good.
Yeah.
Paint. When a can is stored upside down, the paint creates an absolute airtight seal, which makes your paint last longer.
Oh.
Unless, of course, it's not sealed all the way, then it creates an
just
absolute
spills
mess.
all over the place.
Paint rollers. Between coats of paint stored in a plastic chip container to keep it from drying out. Heidi actually puts it in like a plastic bag.
Yeah, I take just a plastic bag and
And
wrap
then
it
twist
around,
it
and
all
it'll
up.
last
Yeah.
a really long
It really
time.
does. If you leave it for like a month, that probably wouldn't
No.
work. What else do we have in there? Windshield wipers. To avoid drying out and cracking in a short time, soak a clean rag with glass cleaner. Wipe it up and down the length of your wiper blades. You'll see the results on the rag, and you'll see better next time it rains. So they'll say you'll see the rag will get all dirty. Next thing, do I have time for it? Markers. Remove the back nib and deposit a few drops of rubbing alcohol into the felt material inside. Shake the marker a bit to ensure the alcohol is absorbed. I didn't know you could do that. Did you know you could do that?
That's if they're dried out, you
Apparently, yeah.
mean? Okay.
And the final thing on here, batteries. Charge batteries for your boat, motorcycle, or riding mower at least once a month in the off-season. Or hook them to a battery maintainer. At least remove the battery and store it indoors if you live in an area where it gets really, really cold. So there you go. Several little tricky tips to make stuff last longer. It is your scoop of the day on this Thursday.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
And it's time right now for Dear John Letters.
Dear John.
All right, I got this Dear John letter. I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of great advice for you, but we have some awesome people who have already chimed in, and you can as well, if you'd like, at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Are you ready for this Dear John letter for today, Heidi?
Absolutely.
Dear John, we move from one side of town to the other. We don't make it back to the old neighborhood very often, but last week we were there for a birthday party. I noticed one of the homes next door to our old home has been completely remodeled. I asked about it, and I found out the older gentleman who lived there had passed away. His wife sold the home and moved to an apartment. I feel absolutely awful that I didn't know this had happened almost a year ago. I shared a property line, but I felt like I shared so much more with him. He was like a grandfather to my kids and like a father figure to me. I'm very sad that nobody told us this happened. I feel like I need to reach out to his wife. We didn't know her as well, but I think I would feel better letting her know that we didn't know anything about him passing away. My wife said I should just leave her alone because we didn't really know her very well, and it's been too long. That doesn't sit well with me. What are your thoughts? Is it too late for me to reach out to her to pass along my condolences? Signed, sad former neighbor. I don't know what the etiquette is on that. I don't think there's a
I don't know
timeline,
if
is there?
there's a rule. I do think that it would mean the world to her to know that
Yeah.
he meant so much to you. So I
Absolutely.
don't think it would be a bad thing to just contact her and say, look, I had no idea. I'm so sorry for your loss, and I just want you
Exactly.
to know how important he was to our family.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Even if you didn't know her as well, by reaching out to her, who knows how many other people she has in her life. If you reach out to her, she might become like a grandmother to your children,
Right.
and like a grandmother to you. And here's the thing I would say. I don't think that it's ever too late, by the way. I remember visiting somebody. I moved away from the town that I grew up in, and it was years later, I was talking to somebody who their dad was my teacher. And I was saying, oh, your dad was such a great teacher, and we were chatting, and she passed along the note, or said to me, basically, that he had passed away. And I said, I was really sorry to hear that. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't live there when it happened, so I didn't know anything about it. Again, she didn't seem angry, like, how did you not know that? I mean,
Right.
I don't think that they would, I don't know what you're concerned about, I don't think there is such a thing as it being too long.
Right.
How were you to know? We were just talking like a week ago about a person who means a lot to me, who he moved away. And even when he moved away, his health wasn't great. And it's been like 7 or 8 years ago. We were literally just like, I don't know why we even thought of it like a week ago. I said, I wonder if he's still around or what he's up to. But he didn't have Facebook. I called the phone number that I had, and it didn't work anymore because it was, a local number, and he moved away. So I have no idea how I'd even track that information down. And it makes me sad to know that this kind of thing right here could happen, that he could pass away, and I wouldn't even be able to pass, like to share my condolences. If you, by the way, would like to chime in for Sad Former Neighbor, you can do that on our Facebook page. But I also want to remind you, you can submit your own Dear John letter as well. Here's the thing that I'm going to say. Sometimes my advice ain't the greatest. Sometimes Heidi's advice ain't the greatest.
My advice is always amazing.
Her advice is somewhat sketchy from time to time, and sometimes deemed illegal in some states. But no, I'll tell you, the coolest thing is other people chime in with some really good advice on our Facebook page. So I would not be surprised. I haven't clicked on there today to see what Sad Former Neighbor has for replies, but I know we've got some great replies I saw the other day. If you would like to chime in with advice for Sad Former Neighbor, you can find that at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Now, if you'd like to submit a Dear John letter and you don't use Facebook, because there's more and more people who are kind of getting away from that. So if you're one that's not using that, you can still submit your Dear John letter. We always keep it 100% anonymous. Never say who it is. I've even had people reach out to say, hey, can I get the person's information? Because I'd like to reach out with them. I'm like, with your permission, I'll give them your information, but I'm not going to do that. I can't pass out information to people without their permission.
That's
So
a ridiculous request.
it was somebody that they had a query, and this person thought they could help. I said, I'll gladly give them your info, and I didn't follow up to see if they connected or not. But anyway, we always keep it anonymous is what I'm trying to say. So if you'd like to submit it on Facebook, you can, or at johnandheidishow.com.
What can I say that I haven't already said about bettercreditcards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At bettercreditcards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The sound of a Star Wars lightsaber was created by pairing the sound of a film projector with the buzz from an old TV set.
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that. It's really cool. All right, fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The hour hand on a wristwatch, the one that goes around once an hour?
Yes.
It travels at, are you ready for this? 0.0000275 miles per hour.
I did not know that.
It's quite
and
slow.
I don't know why I
Yeah, you
needed
probably
to
didn't
know
need
that.
to. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In Japan, you can buy stick-on belly button cleaners.
Ew.
I don't know what that is exactly.
I don't either.
But I don't
sounds
think I
gross.
want to know. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
50% of lingerie purchased is returned to the retailer. 50%.
Really?
That's a big number. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
I wonder if it's before or after.
Don't even want to think about that.
What's that, John?
Hershey's chocolate syrup, Ritz crackers, Dum Dums, and Oreos are all vegan products.
Okay.
I didn't know that. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
There is an uninhabited island in the Bahamas known as Pig Beach where it's populated entirely by swimming pigs.
I did know that, and
Yeah.
I think we've talked about that one
I think we
before.
have too. There you go. Now we know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile Question of the Day. Yay! It's brought to you by mintervention.com. Here's your question, Heidi. The average person will use about 20 gallons, or 91 liters, of this in a lifetime. What is it? 20 gallons in a lifetime. What do you think?
I don't have any idea.
The answer is toothpaste. Yeah, 20 gallons of toothpaste in your lifetime. Here's the thing. You're supposed to just put a nurdle of toothpaste, not a whole lot, just a tiny little dollop, a little dot. It's called a nurdle. Mm-hmm. Don't use more than that. Otherwise, it's just a waste. It's not good. That is your Mint Mobile Question of the Day, brought to you by mintervention.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com. A doctor has warned people that we should not be urinating in the shower. I know, you're thinking that sounds bizarre, but you know what?
We read
a
other
lot
studies
of
saying
people,
the exact opposite.
No, this is a doctor saying you shouldn't do it. There are studies saying a lot of people do it.
Okay.
But here's why. This doctor is a urogynecologist. I don't know how you say it. Whatever. Dr. Teresa Irwin specializes in pelvic health and incontinence. She explained on her TikTok, 85,000 followers, by the way, that let loose while washing, you're actually training your bladder to want to go when you hear the sound of water.
That makes sense.
In her video, she says you don't want to do that all the time because what happens is every time you hear the sound of water, your bladder's going to say, hey,
time
I have to
release.
go now.
Yep.
Because it's used to hearing the sound of water in the shower. The end result, according to her, is when you're washing your hands, washing
Doing
the dishes, walking
yeah,
by a sprinkler.
That makes sense. That makes perfect
anything,
sense.
you're going to have some issues. So there you go. And at one point, we read a study. One said 60% of people urinate in the shower. Another one said 80%. So if you're going, oh, that's disgusting, just know there are people who do this. Quite a few of them. Weird news brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Here are a list of silly, these are not real, but it was sent to me, phone apps for the elderly.
Okay.
As I'm getting older, most of these kind of relate to me, by the way. First one, Instagrammy.
Oh, cute.
Candy Crush butterscotch flavor. Denture Adventure. Get Off My Lawn DR. What? Get Off My Lawn Doctor? I don't know what that means. What is this one? The What Did I Come Into This Room For reminder app. Whipper Snat Chapper.
Oh, cute.
Okay. NapQuest instead of MapQuest. Again, phone apps for the elderly. The Angry Bird Special. A YouTube of Ben Gay. Okay, I don't know about that. And then finally, our final phone app for the elderly. Words with Your Remaining Friends. Oh, that's not nice. It is the list brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. Comes your way, courtesy of insurancechicken.com. The quote today is from the Golden Girls, Sophia.
I loved that
People
show.
waste their time pondering whether a glass is half empty or half full. Me, I just drink whatever's in the glass.
Yeah.
I like that. That is a good quote. That you did like that show, didn't you?
I
Liked it
did.
a lot. And I think a lot of people did. Golden Girls. It was such a fun show. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. And this, I think, is just a really fun story here. A Daredevil granny, 103 years old, sets a world record for the oldest skydiver. How cool is that?
That is insane.
She's a Swedish woman. She's 103, and she just became the world's oldest person to complete a tandem parachute jump. Rut Larson was in her 90s when she wanted to learn more about flying and started experimenting with paragliding and ballooning.
That's crazy.
In her 90s. 2019, she did her first parachute jump. She was 101 years young. But it was not a world record that year because she wasn't old enough, apparently. So now she's 103, and she was old enough to make that a world record.
That's nuts.
She completed her world jumping record a little over a week ago, harnessed to a parachutist, Joachim Johannesson. Family and friends were there to celebrate the accomplishment, along with a judge from the Guinness Book of World Records. Larson is now the world's oldest person to complete a tandem parachute jump at 103 years and 259 days, beating the previous record of 103 years and 129 days. There was an American woman who beat the record, so I had to beat hers, she said. It was wonderful to do this. I've been thinking about it for a long time. So that's really cool.
That's pretty cool.
So the last time she did it, she like I said, did not get a world record because she was 101, but an American woman had done it at age 103. So
Right.
I think we kind of covered that. There's a video, by the way, if you want to watch a video, and there's some photos of her. I've got a link to all of that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show.